Okay, now we are online on YouTube. So guys, hello, welcome to my class today class. As I said before, today we're gonna talk about audiobooks. And let me know a bit about you guys. Is your first time on TNT or not?
No, it's not my first time in TNT.
Okay, and you, Kathy?
No, I participate others, Imersão, but initiation, for
Ah,
initiation.
okay, no problem. So you know how TNT works, right? But I'll explain again for you guys on that on the YouTube. Maybe they don't know how TNT works and they wanna know to start coming as well. So TNT is a platform to talk a language. Here we talk English, French, Italian, and so on. We have a lot of language to learn. Uh, it's not a class. I'm not a teacher. I'm here to learn English as you. I'm here just to guide the conversation and bring the questions for you guys to talk. So that's what I do. My name is Deborah. I'm a pharmacist. I live here in Itapira, state of São Paulo. My free time I use it to read the books, watching movies, read the mangas, books, and I guess most of the time I stay at home. I don't go out so much. It started when pandemic starts, so I prefer now to stay at home, and for that I bring questions about things that I like to do, as listen audiobooks, read books and things like that. And it's of course it's helped us a lot in our English speaks and our conversation and understand the language. So it's interesting for me. So I brought for that. Let me know a bit about you guys. Katya, can you start present yourself for us?
Yes, my name is Katia. I am a 44, I am 45 years old. I'm mother Stephanie and grandmother Arthur. I live in North Zone, São Paulo. With my husband, I have a cat. In the moment, I focus on learning English and more about technology, especially programming language. I like uh, I like the technology.
And how did you start to attend the meetings here on TNT? And how did you discover it?
I This
Uh,
I discovered this area technology.
or TNT?
Yeah, I uh, before I work the bank for support the area and technology. And I I love the programação, língua de programação is now I out of work. And now I spend my time study about the subject. And now study to English and Espanhol.
That's great, Katya. Thank you for sharing. And you, Antonio, let me know about you.
Good afternoon. I'm Antonio. I'm 25 years old. Now I chemistry teacher and and I'm from Maranhão, but now I live in Piauí. Uh, that's it. That I remember. That's it.
Thank you, Antonio. And you, how did you discover TNT?
So I discovered the TNT in the last year by the YouTube. I discovered by the a person talking about the platform, and I thought, why not participate? And I started to enter to participate of the immersions. But the last year, to be honest, I participate. I did the immersion, but this year I decided this year I will participate more. I talk more to develop the speak because I realized that I can understand, but I cannot speak, and this is a good moment in space to develop this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Important is not give up, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes we lost our motivation, but we here starting, so it is important to restart and continue. Sometimes less, sometimes but so it depends our motivation, but not give up, never give up. So did you receive the question right?
yeah,
Okay. Let me share with you the question number one. What are the advantages and disadvantages of audiobooks? I can start answer this question. For me, the most advantage is uh, in English or in Portuguese, of course, but mainly in English. It's helping us a lot to start to understand the language. Uh, Without you do nothing, because the important thing is you be familiar with the language, and with the audiobook if you don't understand anything in the beginning, if you re listen audiobook, uh, in that moment you start to understand a little bit. Of course you need other things to understand more, but just to listen every single day, you start to understand a bit. Oh, sometimes you don't understand, but you can understand, for example, phrase or words more easy. So for me it's that advantage. You listen better. For that, for us, it's easy to understand the English, but to talk is more difficult because we listen a lot. So we don't practice a lot the language, the speaking. So for that, it's the audiobooks help us. And the disadvantage is if you just listen, you don't understand the things. For example, it is important to have the textbook with the audiobook to understand better. Because, as I said before, just listen, you pick up words here and there, but don't understand everything. But when you read and then listen, it's a mix. Then you learn it at all. So for me, that's it. So just listen is not, it's good, but not everything. What do you think, Katja?
Uh, for me, is advantage is provide access to literatura, improve pronunciation, influence. Is audiobook is good for listen, learn about listen. For these disadvantages is the retail the information is concentration for reminder the subject e sometimes is the fast the pronunciation or change sotaque is necessary more attention for understand the dialogue.
And you, Antonio?
So I agree. I think that the advantage is the possibility to be more available to different persons. Everybody can listen the audiobook because we know that books in Brazil are so expensive. So it's difficult to buy a lot books. It's just difficult. And other advantage is because you can read not. You can listen while you do different activities. For example, you are in the gym or in the bus, you can listen the audiobook, the material, understand the message. You can listen and read or just listen. You can choose. But the disadvantage, like Katja said, the velocity of the speed, because the narrator, I don't know, the narrator have a velocity to read, and sometimes are faster or slower, so it is difficult to understand the idea, the phrases, mainly in English or the language. It's difficult to understand, and I think that it's
I agree with you all, guys. Uh, I have a colleague on my job that is talking about audiobooks for me. She said, "Oh, my," because she's living in Campinas and working here in Tapira, and she's coming listen audiobooks, books that she loves. And she said, "Oh, am I traveling to Arrived here? It's better now because I listen audiobooks and helping me a lot to read more uh, and improve my speak. No, just in English, but in Portuguese as well because it's improved our diction in Portuguese. So it's an advantage, as you said, Antonio said about uh, the disadvantage is oh sorry, the advantage is to read, to listen in the gym, on the gym, or every place you go. So it's a good one. The question number 2 is, do you listen to audiobooks? If yes, which ones? If not, why not? Antonio, can you start?
so. To be honest, I already tried to listen audiobooks, but I didn't like the results. For me, it's not. I didn't like. I prefer the podcast and the books physical. I need the paper. I need to read the paper. Uh, because I like the experience to read, to stop after counting the read, because sometimes when I read in my time, faster, slower, depend of the context, depend of my concentration, and sometimes I stop the reading to think or reflect about what I read, what does it does I like to have the experience with the book. Okay, I agree that the physical book is expensive, I know, but I like. It's good audiobook, but for me, I did like.
I'm with you, Antonio. I like to read it because I don't pay attention with just listen. And I think a podcast is more interactive because treat uh, the different topics in 10 minutes, and it's more easy to listen than a book because sometimes the book is so slow burn, right? And to listen that it's so boring. uh, it's difficult to read not in Portuguese. It's difficult to read imagining to listen it. So for me, sometimes it's boring and I can't pay attention. But podcast I prefer because it's more interactive and treaty about topics of about our days, our day by day to day, things like that. Books, audiobooks, not. It's about one topic in a row for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. And I don't use to read books, audiobook or listen audiobooks, but I try it. When as I said before, I don't pay attention to audiobooks, but I always put audiobooks to sleep. I always sleep when I listen. I listen audiobooks. I have a app called I don't remember now. Let me see. Let me see the folio reader. It's a app that you can read the books, classic books. There you find Pride and Prejudice, Alice in the Wonderland, and classic books. And for me, Peter Pan as well. And I never finish any book there. I started, but I never finished because I sleep. Always I sleep between them. That's it. And you, Katya?
I is audiobook is a great desafio because it is the sleep is natural, but is necessário. I um, I hear audiobooks sometimes. Uh, not as much I should. In the moment I watching a few episódios Wiki NJC in Nova York. Is the history, charge, is the personagem, is the áudio, and speak the situation. Is interessante. Is interesting. And to BBC, no, for two.
Yeah, I know that BBC and there are another one that said I tried to learn the English with BBC as well. It's good because we have a lot of levels there. You can start with the beginning and increase your level. There is a website called News in Levels. I don't know if you know. It's famous in the English studies. I use it a lot that to learning. As Antonio said, it's better to read and listen to to see the accent, how to pronounce it, it's good. For that, New Zealand, it's okay. BBC as well. Katia is a good one to learn English and improve our speak. It's listen and understandable because we see the text. Guys, the question number 6 is: in what situation would it be easier to listen to an audiobook instead of read a book? In my case, it's just when you can pay attention on the book, on the other book, and don't be not stressful, but I forgot the word in Portuguese. Is when you don't wanna pay attention. Is I forgot. When you can't pay attention because you lost your concentration. I lost my concentration so easy. People said, "Oh, listen classical music to maintain your concentration." It's don't get with me. It's don't work with me. For me, always reading or do activities actively is better. But for me, if listen audiobook is better when you do gym, for example, as you said, guys. And you, Katja, what do you think?
I think it is um, easier to learn more about the idioma. Read a book is training the read, the memorizing words and phrases is help memorize the dialogues for use in other conversation e improve the speak.
And what do you think, Antonio?
The question 6. So I think that easier to listen a book when we are on the bus. On the bus is a moment when it's more easy to listen than read it because it's very very hard to develop or read in the book because the movement are difficult, the concentration. I try, it's not good. I don't recommend to read on the bus. It's very easy to lose the concentration and just listen. It's better on the gym, like you say. For example, we had other example when it's better, easy. But in the house, for example, or at home, it's better read. I prefer read, but these others places so knows knows yeah knows. It's better to listen in this context. Read.
Uh, I use it to read when I stay at bus. But the most of the moment is easy to read because the motorist, I don't know, the driver keep it calm, keep it, the traveling calm. Don't se move a lot. But that week it was so difficult because oh my gosh, he's uh, tremeu a lot the bus and I can't read my book, but I tried. I tried, and but I had headache we try and read because I use my smartphone to read during the traffic, and uh, it's terrible. I'm with you, Antonio, so I understand you. So but I think if I listen something throughout that purpose, I could sleep because for me it's totally easy to sleep anywhere. I'm a sleepy person. I don't know why. That's it. The question number 11 is is listen to audiobooks considered a form of cheating when it comes to reading a segment or literary analysis? I don't think so. I think everybody has a different way to do their work, and sometimes listen is better. Everybody has the way to learn and to work, of course. So sometimes it's better to read. As for me, it's better to read because it's more actively for me. I need to concentrate on it and uh, doing my job. But read not, listen not. So I don't think it's a form of cheating. Uh, Everybody has a way to do their work. So I don't think so. And what do you think, Katja?
I like read and think is easy for me and now in my home in the morning. I is more concentration is like I like more read uh the listen because listen is cansativo is the uh, I don't keep my attention and for me is read is more concentration is memorize more the words the situation I prefer.
And you, Antonio?
Uh, the question, it's a good question to think about because if I listen a book, can I say that I read this book? It's good. Uh,
There's people that say, I read the book, but not read the book. I listened them. So it's count with a book. So I think nowadays it's considered read books.
because
I don't think so, but people say yes.
because I am teacher. I am chemistry teacher. It's not Portuguese teacher, but in my opinion, like a teacher, when in the context of the school, for example, when the teacher asks you to read a book, in the when here asked to read, in the action to read, you develop different abilities, the capacity to read, interpretation, and develop the different abilities. And when you listen, you develop you take the main search of the book. Of course, it's good. Have the idea, but it's very limited because you develop the listening. It's good to other language, English, Spanish, Italian, others. But in the Portuguese or in the school context, it's better read because it's a context atmosphere when you need to develop other abilities. So in this context, it's better read, effective. But in the others, when you just uh, want to have the message, understand what the idea of the book, it's okay to listen, it's better. if you think it's better for you, okay.
Yeah, you have a point as a teacher. Uh, I think, as I said, everybody has a way to learn. Of course, nowadays, many people use the audiobooks and say that's a way to read something. Uh, if you retain that the message, okay, but if not, if you don't pay attention, because it's more easy to don't pay attention where you listen than when you pick a book and read, because you need to concentrate on what you reading. But uh, when I was a student, I used it to use it, not audiobooks, but I use the class videos to study, and it's more easy to me. I listen and I learn more when I listen something, because I listen and write down the thing. So it works for me, but everybody has a way to do different things. Uh, to read a book, no, I prefer read, but to learn something, I prefer listen and see a video to learn something. But if I wanna keep going in more deep on that content, it's more easy to read something, because sometimes when you see a video, they don't say everything, everything. Just a review about the topic. So for that, it is important to read, because the books have a lot of more information. Articles have a lot of information. So it is important to mix them, audio with read, I think. So it's related to the question number 5, because is, do you think audiobooks will increase in popularity in the future? So related the question 11 with the 5, I think so, because I see many people who said, I read 5 books, for example, in that moment, that month. And I asked, you read that? The person said, no, I listen, because it's more faster. It's faster to listen. Of course, it's faster, but I don't think that you retain our content just by listen everything. But I think it's increased because people nowadays don't have uh, people want just count, have more number of books or things that have more. I forgot. As pessoas elas querem mais ter número, increase the number of the books that read in the month, than understand the book and leave the books. So for that, I think it will increase in the future, because people nowadays want everything so faster. That's it. And what do you think, Antonia, as a teacher? What do you think about the popularity of audiobooks?
Yeah, I agree because to say about the podcast, for example, uh, that is a platform similar to different, of course, but similar when we're talking about the audio experience, and we see that the the context of the pandemic, for example, the numbers of people that use the podcast increased a lot during the pandemic. Uh, by the way, I started to use the podcast in the pandemic. I start to listen this kind of the results. And in the context of the audiobook, I think that in this same way, the people start to use, and in the future, of course, the numbers will increase. But the problem, like you said, the person normally just want to have a lot book in your when they speak. Oh, I read uh 30, 40, 60 books in the year because it's good, a record for the person. And despite the message, the idea. Me, for example, I read 4 books in the year. For me, it's okay. I don't have the pressure to read a lot fast because it's an experience. It's a kind of experience that you don't need to do fast and a lot. Just enjoy the message, the idea, uh, in the audiobook or the physical book. That I think that's in the catch.
Uh, and you, Katia?
I agree, but in the moment, most people, especially the new generation, have a stuck uh, get information quickly, objectively. Is the people uh, is look fetch the information. I believe is the in future the audios book as increase in popularity the people, especially the young.
Young people pick the things so easy, right? For
Yeah,
us, a little bit more old, it's difficult to immigration to a book to an audiobook, for example. It's more
yes,
difficult because for us, it's better to read. You put a lot of arguments into that. So for me, I put a lot of arguments because book is better than audiobook. It's my opinion in my case, and I agree with you guys that um, the popularity it will increase in next years because people wanna have everything so faster, and yeah, that's it. So I agree with you all about that question. Let me see another question. Yeah, Antonio said thing about people wanna achieve a record in a year and don't enjoy the process. So and nowadays we have everything so fast and don't enjoy the process. You just wanna start and finish, and in the middle you forget that. But the middle is that do all the things. It is important to pass the middle, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And you guys said about podcast, and it's not a new thing because our uncles, our grandfather, grandmother used to listen radio. So it's the same for me. It's more just that more easy because you can choose which do you wanna listen. But in the past not. You put it there in the hour that pass the interesting content that you like and listen the radio. But it's the same situation. So the a moda sempre volta, né? It's a recycle.
Yes.
So let me see. Let me see another question. Let me see the question. Um, when you listen a audio or a audiobook or a podcast, guys, you use it to which is your choice to listen something. It's about the voice, it's the content. Which choose which make you choose that podcast and that because we have a lot of podcasts or audiobooks that say the same thing, but which you make you choose that one? Katja.
In general, I like it put my attention in the subject for is interest for me. For example, technology, for subject is heavy Keylog. Então, isso depende for the compreensão de texto and I can follow along. I felt motivated to continue listen the subject. Isso depende. I put my attention for learn more about the determinate subject.
Yeah. And you, Antonio?
So, what it's important for me the subjective as well, and the way that the person talk, the intonation. It's a very animation was born because, for example, in the podcast that I use more frequency, like I like to listen a podcast when the person have different intonations during the episode. For it's bored, it's very bored to listen a podcast in uh, the same intonation, emotion, start in the way and finish in the same way. It's very tired. But when have emotion or silence dramatic along the episode, it's interesting. Creating a atmosphere different, create attention, curiosity in the content subjective to understand why they say this, why the atmosphere, the musical background is this, all the experience is good, and to choose one podcast and not other, for example.
Yeah, guys. As you, when I choose a podcast, mainly if a subject that's difficult as chemistry because I'm a pharmacist and I need to learn chemistry all the time because I work in a pharmacochemical. So when I looking for contact, professional contact, I use it to like the podcast that they simplify the things for me, because I think uh, okay, it's technical terms, but I think when you explain the way that most of people can understand, the people that don't know about that topic, for me it's the that I want to choose. So I like that. I like when people explain this easy to everybody, because the contact is for everybody. It's not just the, of course, uh, people in that area choose more than people that don't understand that area. But I think the information is for everybody. So for example, I don't understand anything about technology, but if I see a podcast that talk about technology for beginners, that everybody understand, I like it. I like that because I can understand, even I don't know everything, anything. And of course, the background, the intonation, and uh, when have the funny things into that. I like it because I don't like to listen things more serious. I like it when there is a funny things into that. So because as I said, when I listen, I use it to sleep. So if they put funny things into the content, it makes me feel more. It's more easy to understand, not to understand, more easy to pay attention and continue listen that. Because as I said before, that I like to put in my attention to do activity. I'd like to do actively. When I watching a movie, I use it to put it in the language, the the language that, for example, in English or Turk, that it's a lot Turk on the Netflix now, Korean, Chinese, everything. I use it to put it in the the language that it's the principal language, the main language, because I read and I pay attention the thing. So for me, is that guys, time is over. It was so. I think we bring a lot of thoughts into that, because the question is so, it's not so complex. It's easy to answer, but you guys bring a lot of information about the topic. It was so good for me. So I'm glad you guys to help me with that. And that's it, guys. Let me share with you a link, and that link you give me the feedback about the topic. I think it was a lot of questions. I saw that a lot of questions it was duplicated, and we didn't have a 10 questions. It was just 9, and I think we answered everything. But we have 7 minutes yet. Let me think in another question. But I think I'll question you guys a different question. It's not related about the audiobooks, but about the process of learning of you. We talk about listening. It's the main thing here, but In the other areas about the process of language of learning, how do you do that? For example, uh, to writing your things, you use it to read and then writing to improve your writing skills, or you use it to listen something and improve your writing. How do you improve your writing skills? Katja.
In the moment, I try expose learn more because I have many difficulty. I have shame is the speak. Now it's change the situation because the free talk in the talk for you is I have free for wrong is speak in my comfort for me. Is uh, now I put my focus is speak because I have easy read write so, but read is for me. And but I put my mind is need speak more. It's necessary. I It's necessário para onde eu quero chegar. I put my focus e try the all time uh, speak more for improve my English.
Uh, so you don't put it so much effort writing. So it's more
Yes,
speaking.
yes.
Do you think writing help you in in your your speech?
Help. Repeat. I don't understand.
Uh,
Is put help for speak
yeah,
or
yeah,
or choose for choose.
yeah. No, it's because in my case, when I write, it's helping me to speak because I need to because as I said, speaking and writing, you use the activity area, right?
Mhm.
Because it's a out up. I don't remember. It's out. I don't remember now, but it's actively writing. You need to thinking and writing. And I think when you do writing down, it's my case. When I writing down, uh, I remember the word when I speak. So for
Mm.
that, I said that it's helping
I
me.
Yeah. I need to write more.
Me too. Me too.
Because I listen, I spend time listen, uh, is watch the episode, is discharge, listen the conversation, but sometimes I don't put my attention is for try and repeat and read for improve more my catalog is it's necessary for me. I It's necessary is put my focus in this case.
Thank you for sharing. And you, Antonio.
So my focus is in the speak because it's very difficult to have a space to develop this ability. It's difficult to find the persons to practice, like TT, for example. It's a good moment to develop the speak. It's more easy to develop the listen because there are a lot of movies, videos, and other things that I can use. So I'm trying to speak more and nowadays I am trying to do dictation. By the way, I use the news level to listen the audio and don't see the text and try to write.
Mm.
After I have the corrections, what I make mistakes or not. For me, it's so good because I developed the writing, these words, how to write, and the listen in the same time.
It's a combo, right?
Yeah,
That you
exactly.
learn
Two
everything,
abilities in the same time.
Yeah, that's good. I saw a video. I watched a video. Uh, a girl say how to improve every areas. Just in one with one video. She's have opened the notebook and write everything that she's listened, and uh, sometimes she's making mistakes there, and then she's re-watching the video, or re-listen the book, the audio, to recapitulate what she's right. It's helping the right and the listen, and she's as well talking, pronounce the that she's listening. So it's a con.
Yeah.
Mm.
Guys, it was so great. Thank you for sharing everything you said. Thank you for coming today. I hope you have a great studies and new week. Next week we have a holiday, so which was so cool. And thank you, guys. Have a good Friday. Friday not, and Sunday and Saturday as well.